Welcome everyone. This is a brief playthrough of Alien Pet Shop. We're going to do the first 2 rounds and then we'll finish up the end of the game and do scoring. But we're glad to have you with us today. My guest players are going to introduce themselves. Daniel.
Hello.
Daniel is sitting over here. And what shop are you running, Daniel?
I am playing as Pet Fleet, whose workers only cost 1 coin, and I get an extra sell goods action.
Awesome. And our other player is over here.
And Grace.
Grace, tell us about your shop.
So Alien Box allows me to have all of my dice set to 2 after I rolled them once. The other effects can still change that too.
Awesome. Super cool. All right, with that, I have the first player marker, and I'm going to go and visit the galactic market here in the center first. Each round, every player can visit this market, and you may buy up to 1 pet, you may buy 1 habitat, and you may hire 1 worker. So I'm going to take a look at what's here in the market and decide what I'm going to buy. I think I'm going to be aggressive today. I have 3 space credits here to begin with. These are the costs of the pets up in the corner. And I'm going to purchase Death Find and add it to my shop. And replenish the market for Grace. And Frogo's special power is I get to buy a pet for 1 less. So Death Find will only cost me 2. So I'll move down to 1 space credit. So I have 1 credit to spend. I could buy a habitat. Most of the habitats cost, or they all cost 1. Hiring a worker. Workers are priced at the bottom of your shop board. My workers cost 2. So I don't have enough money for a worker. So I'm going to sit on my money. So I have 1 coin which I could potentially spend to re-roll my dice if things go poorly. All right, I am done my trip to the market. Grace, you are up.
All right. Now there's already a creature that has already caught my eye, which is Wampus.
Ooh.
Sorry, let me just drag him over here. And there he is. So now he'll be essential for my play later on in the game. However, he does cost 3 credits, so I have to drag him down to all my credit down to 0. Which
You're
means
broke.
I can't do anything. Yep, I'm broke.
All right, now both of us have bought dangerous pets. Dangerous pets have danger symbols on them. Here's Death Find and Wumpus. And that means if we roll hazard symbols on these dice, we're going to have to resolve the effects on those cards. We'll get to more of that later. Let's replenish for Daniel.
Oh, actually, you know what it also means? You get an award.
Thank you for paying attention. Yes, so these are awards available in the galactic market, and they are rewarded to the player who gets 2 of each of the listed traits first. So by buying Death Find and having Troubles as my starter pet, I have 2 of those, so I get the Dangerous Pet Award. Awesome. Now these awards can be taken by other players. Grace also has 2 hazardous pets, so if she manages to get another one later, she'll be able to perhaps steal this award. But I'm watching you, Grace. I'm watching you.
Hey, that does not mean I was only limited to the Danger Zone award. I can also get any of the other awards that are also free too.
Yep, you already have 1 eyeball here on Wampus also, so you could potentially get the Lord of the Eyes award. Awesome.
All of the eyes.
Daniel, thank you for reminding us of that rule. Let's see what you're going to purchase today.
Well, let's see. I think I'm feeling Zon. It's going to go right there. And I'm going to use my power, which is that workers only cost 1 coin, and get ready for the game ahead with that.
Yep, workers are important.
Then I'm going to buy a cloner. Always a good early game play.
I'm going to zoom in on that cloner here. So the cloner is going to raise that pet's value by 1 for the rest of the game. Nice investment. Well, you are also broke, as we tend to be early on as new shops, entrepreneurs with very little money on hand. Cool. Well, with that, we all have visited the galactic market in the first round. So these pets are going to go and they will be discarded. And we'll have some new pets that will come up next round. It's time to roll our workers. This is the worker phase. So let's roll these dice and we'll keep the values. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I got some good luck.
Ooh.
So Grace has rolled a hazard as well as the 5. This die counts for both of those, which means that is going to trigger all of the hazard effects in Alien Box's shop. However, Grace, you have a special power that's going to allow you to change this to a 2 if you want to.
Yep.
And that will avoid the hazard. After we all have rolled our dice, we're then going to assign them. Daniel over here has already rolled his dice and assigned them. He's assigned one to the sell goods action, another to his second sell good action, which is Pet Fleet's special power, and he also is preparing to add a mutation trait to one of his pets. Awesome. I am going to assign this 4 to Deathfind. In order to get a pet to sell, you have to care for that pet, which means you have to assign enough dice numbering up to what's on the pet. This is the pet's care score. So I need to put 3 or more in value on Deathfind. So the 4 will make sure that Deathfind spawns. I have an extra die, so I'm going to add a trait to my pet as well. Cool. Looks like we are all assigned. So now it is the mutation phase. This phase is done in player order. So I am going to, for each of my workers on sell goods, on add mutation, I get to add a trait. And I already have a speaking trait on Deathfind. Of course, Deathfind speaks. I'm going to then grab this trait, and I can put this onto an empty trait slot. The Troubles has an empty trait slot, so I'll put that there. So now I have 2 speaking pets. So I get the Chatty Pet Award for right now. Looks like Grace is using her workers to care for Wumpus, so she does not have a worker action for add traits. Daniel, what are you getting?
Nope.
Well, I don't think I want to contest on speaks, but it sounds like any of these others is fair game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna... I think I'll go for eyeballs as well.
Yeah.
Start a fight.
Nice.
How dare you?
I endorse that. Awesome. So we've all done our mutations, and now it's the last phase, which is profit time. So we'll figure out which of our pets have spawned and figure out our profit, and then we'll start the next round. And looking at my own shop here, my Troubles is worth 1, and it has a spawn score of 0, which means it will spawn without any workers. So that'll get me 1 space credit. And Deathfind also has spawn and it's worth 3. Moving me up to 5. Grace, how did you do?
Let's see. Because Dragonling has his care score of 0, that means it self-auto spawns. And because I have workers on Wumpus, that also gives me 3 credits, so that gives me a total of 4 credits.
Nice. Awesome.
So
And Daniel, how did you do over here?
Well, both of my guys spawned, so that's 2. Plus the cloner, so that brings me up to 3. And then I have 2 sell good actions, so that is a total of 5.
Nice. Lots of good profit for our first round. So that ends the first round, which means we're going to refresh for the second round. Our workers go back into the break room. They deserve a break, right?
Sure.
And we're going to move the first player over to Grace. This goes clockwise around the table. And let's see what comes up in the galactic market. Okay, so those are the pets we have available this round. So, Grace, you are up.
Let's see. Ooh, this is already interesting. I'm gonna go and get Zeke.
More Hazard Boys.
Now, the reason why I chose Zeke is because one, so I can get the hazard award, because that challenges your two of them.
No!
You
No!
thought. But, so
Take
once I
it.
got that,
Take
I now
it.
also, yay! I now also have the option to choose if I want to get a worker or if I want to get a habitat for Zeke. Now, let's see. However, let me think. I can try getting either a cloner, so I can raise the value of the coin on Zeke.
Yeah.
However, what I could also do is that I can get the breeding chamber and lower the score on Zeke, so I don't have to take care of him. He can just auto spawn.
Oh, that's right. And then he won't potentially eat any workers. Both good
Exactly.
choices.
Let's see. In order to save money, I'm going to have to go with the breeding chamber. That way now Zeke will auto spawn. That brings my credit to 0, and I still have 1 credit left, just in case.
Nice. Okay. I do
That
want to
is
take a
my-
moment to mention that we each have a secret bonus card in our hand. So I'm showing our watchers what mine is, and if I'm able to collect a certain number of that kind of pet, I'll get victory points at the end of the game, which are those stars there. So if I get 1 of that kind of pet, I'll get a value of 2. If I can get 3 or more, I'll get 4 as a bonus. So I should be paying attention to that, and that might actually affect what I buy this round. And the other players have other secret bonuses as well. Let's replenish for Daniel, and Daniel is in the shop.
Well, I don't want to get left behind on super pets, so I think Threadian is a pretty solid pick. Gonna bring me down to 1. And that 6 spawn score is kind of wild.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get a breeding chamber to bring that down. And then his power, now that I've got him, is Winbot, draw an extra bonus card. So don't mind if I do.
Okay.
Interesting.
That one line of interesting already says a lot now.
Yes. He already has 2 green pets, so I wonder if maybe his bonus is green or not. But we'll find out. Well, Daniel, I think you are broke as can be, so you're done buying, right?
Yep, I am busted.
Yep. All right, so let's replenish this for me. Ooh, super interesting. That's the Xenomorph, and that is Xenomorph because he's super chill. It's not the other pronunciation. When bought, give this pet 2 trait tokens. And that is actually super cool. So I have 5 space credits to spend. And this super pet certainly is very interesting. And the audience knows another reason why this might make sense for me. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself broke again. Then this is only going to cost me 3 because of my discount. But look at that care score of 5. Breeding chamber does sound pretty useful. But I think I'm going to instead buy another worker. So I have worker actions to do mutations and sell goods, and I might regret that. Maybe I should have bought a breeding chamber, but we'll see how the fates treat me. All right, I am done in the galactic market, so it's time to roll. Oh, I need to grab my 2 mutations though. I almost forgot. So I have a choice. I can with 2 traits, I can grab pretty much any of these. Or I can try to add a little bit of security to what I already have. I think I just like tentacles, so I think I'm just gonna stick some tentacles on Xenomorph because that's just what should happen. We'll stick one right here, coming off of his face, and we'll stick this one off the other side of his face.
No.
And I do get the Cthulhu Award, so I don't feel as much of the sting of losing the Danger Zone Award. Okay, with that taken care of, now we can roll our workers. All right, so we have just finished the 4th round, and we are now going to begin the 5th and final round. Grace is our first player, and she gets to visit the Galactic Market. We'll play this round, and then we'll score and see who has won Alien Pet Shop. Grace, go for it. We have some cool pets in the market. This is going to be interesting.
I'm gonna have to go with Little Marshmallow.
Oh,
Mallow.
Yeah, that's solid because it's got those 2 victory points right there for the end game score. Oh
Plus he's
no!
cute.
You've got 4 hazard pets now.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. So
Which
it's,
means
yeah,
no
it's out of
one.
reach now. Daniel could have maybe had snuck up on you, but
Yep.
Yeah.
not now. All right, what else you buying?
Let's see. Now, Mallow does auto spawn, so I don't need to get the breeding chamber. However, I am tempted to either get the cloner or Critter City, because this is the last turn. So getting Critter City will add 2 more victory points if I add that on to Mallow, which means he can get 4 victory points.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Exactly. Or I can get cloner, which will add into a +1 credit. But 2 is better than 1, so Critter City.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Let's add that one there. And this is the last turn. So let's see. I'm going to try and get 1 other worker. And then I'm going to call it that.
All right.
That's all I can do.
Buy those robot workers. All right. Daniel, you want to flip this over and see what your choice is?
Ooh.
You have so much to choose from. I want to highlight this
RP.
special power that Calamari has.
Oh, man. Oh, this is very tight. Right now, you could pick up something with a tentacle and contest that from me, and we're neck and neck on speaking. But this guy's got free traits. If I take him and get something, I could get my speaks up, and then you could also get 2 speaks if you took Kree. I think Calamari might be too powerful not to take from me. 3, 4. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tentacles. You're at 3 on those, and we're both even for speaks. But by buying him, I give 2 other pets traits.
You're pretty full up, though. I don't know if you've got any slots to...
Well, I do have an extra slot on BAM.
Oh, yeah.
And I still... Do I have an... Oh, no.
You've got 1 free slot.
I've got 1 free slot.
So you'll get some benefit from that.
Unless... Well, if I bought a mutation chamber, that would get an extra slot, but then I'd have 3 free slots and 2 traits. How many eyes do you have again? No, I don't think
4.
I could. No, I couldn't pass that Oh, this is tight. Well, I know for definite that I want to have another speaks at least. So I'm going to put that on. Who'd I have that chamber on? This guy. Bam. So that's cool. And
So it puts you at 1, 2, 3, 4 speaks.
and you could get a fifth one
Mm-hmm.
if you pick up Cree, and that would pretty much take it from me. I couldn't beat you on that tiebreaker.
But if you
So
buy
I
a
think
mutation chamber, then
Yeah.
you could.
I think it's a necessity that I've got to get Mutation Chamber this round. Who do I want it on? Yeah, you can get it. You can be a chatty
No.
calamari. And I'm hoping that's good enough to kind of maintain the empire.
5.
Now, do I want... Oh, I'm already maxed out on workers, so I think I'm tapped out for the turn. I think that's everything I can do, and it's all up to fate.
All right. Well, let's see how fate treats me. Okay, RNG, get a free reroll. Oh, that's so useful, but I think at this point in the game, I don't really want that. Cree is sitting there, and that will give me 2 speaks, and that'll put me at 1, 2, 3. That'll tie me.
And you would still have some slots, unlike me, if you wanted to make this uncomfortable.
You could also get the mutation chamber on Kree and add on another chatty so you can get the award.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now there's some other shenanigans going on here. Daniel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tentacles. So I can't pass that. That shenanigans ain't happening. All right. So, but this Starpede, it's just so tempting because it's 2 victory points. So I am going to.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, here it is. Here we go.
All right, so that Kree cost me 1 for my discount. Mutation chamber will allow me to do this. That puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So.
Oh, I've been outplayed.
Some sweet, sweet revenge. At least for now. It's not over yet.
The chatty back.
Let me pay for my mutation chamber. I can't buy any more workers because we're all filled up. 5 worker maximum. So I've done all my purchases. So that's it for the galactic market. It's gonna depend on our die rolls. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's my dice like laying on top of there. It wasn't a good roll, but I have money to re-roll.
This is what I would have to do now. Whoop.
I feel like this reroll has to happen. Do I want to keep? I might keep this one because it's the last round. Oh, that's
man.
Yeah, I think that's.
I might have to spend on a reroll. Oh no, that was even worse.
Ugh. All right, so.
Okay,
that will go there. Death Fine is going to eat that worker. That's the last round. It's okay. I need both. But that's. Oh, man. If I do this, I don't have any workers left over to do any kind of extra defense against your dark arts over there. I hope that's not copywritten.
Is dark arts copywritten? Because that sounds broad when you think about it.
Defense against the dark arts? I don't know. That sounds.
Oh, okay, never mind.
How about defense against your dark shenanigans? So if I don't have any workers, I can't I can't even attempt to. But I don't know if you're gonna even make the go. You know what? I'm happy with what I got. I'll let you decide whether you wanna do anything.
I think I don't have any room for more mutations. I think my hands are kind of tied.
Okay. Grace, you're locked in? Looks like you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, no mutation. So this is just going to be profit, and then we'll see how the end game scoring turns out. Let's see. How'd I do here? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That puts me at 30. But because I rolled a hazard, and this was on death fine, bye Bob. We'll send a note to your family.
I got 13, which brings me up to 21.
All right. Did Bam feed anybody?
Nope.
Oh. Okay. All right. So if we've all figured out our totals for our last sales phase, we'll figure out the end game score. So we'll go around in player order. So Grace, go ahead and reveal your bonus card to the table. And ew, nom nom.
So and I have more than 3, so that gives me 4 of the victory score. So I'm gonna add that in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 of Wumpus. 1, 2. 1 Zeke. I have 1 Star Ogre. I have 4 for Mallow, so that's 1,
Nice.
2, 3, 4. I have the 2 awards, so that's 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that leaves you at 45.
Wow.
Nice. That's gonna be tough, man. Daniel, let's see. Maybe losing that award hurt a lot, but let's see what you got.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got the green with envy, and for my bonus was heavyweight. So just going around, stars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 27. And then I did have 3 greens, so that's another 4. And I only had 1 heavyweight, so that's only +2.
Okay.
But then I had this award over here, which is another. Bring it up to 37.
All right. Yeah, good game. If you had managed to hold that award, you would have gotten to 41. Grace is still comfortably in the lead. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up with that. So my bonus was feeling blue. So I had 3 blue pets, Xenomorph and Kree. And that's why I was like, when Kree came up, I was like, oh yeah, it's blue and it speaks. So I will score the 4 for feeling blue. So I go to 34. I don't have many victory points on my pets. That was not something I was able to manage. Xenomorph has 1, Deathfine has 2, so I'm only scoring 3, so that gets me to 37. And then I have 8, so that's going to put me at 45.
Did we tie?
We tied!
Ooh.
There is technically a tiebreaker, but I think the tiebreaker is points from victory points. So we had to figure out our star total, and that would be the tiebreaker. So how many stars do you have? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 from stars? You can double check me. I don't
Okay.
got
1, 2, 3,
12,
4.
13, 14, 15. I only have 15 from stars.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Tiebreaker goes to you, Grace. Well
Hey!
done. Good game. Good game.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Good game to you guys, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you all for watching this brief run through of how to play Alien Pet Shop. And until next time.